How's the wind noise, guys? Okay, cool, Paul. Right on.
เดี๋ยวผมกลับก่อนนะข้าวเหลืออยู่หน่อยนึงไว้แจกของนะเดี๋ยววันนี้มา
Hey guys, hey, appreciate you coming in, man. It was a beautiful sunset. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go check on the ladies at the open mic and see how they're doing. They gave me instructions today. Told me I need to start taking time off away from work. Cup, nam ko? Chai. And nam came? Okay, cup kun cup. So, yeah, they're trained up, man. I mean, they can handle it. And I do need to start taking some more time off. It's been a lot of dedication to get the business established, and now that's done. So yeah, I need to have a little bit more free time, and I'm really enjoying the YouTube channel. As you guys can tell, went out and bought the Hero 9. Not a cheap camera. Bought the media mod to go with it, so I will be able to plug in a battery bank, right? So it'll maintain the battery level that it's got. So if I put a full charge battery in it and plug in the battery bank, and then I can rig up a little deal, like a little pocket right here for the battery bank. And then I've got the wireless mic system. That seems to be working good, right? So, I mean, I'll be able to roll these live streams unless I don't have a signal on the hotspot, you know. But so far, it's been pretty good. And you guys probably know here in Thailand, the internet is like some of the fastest internet in the world. So even the cell towers and the cell phone data plans are pretty good. But the problem, like if I'm out on the motorcycle, say I want to go home. Thank you so much. Say I want to go down to Trat, which is the last province on the eastern seaboard here before you get to Cambodia, right on the Cambodian border, down around Koh Chang and all that. You know, I might take the ferry and put the motorcycle on the ferry and go out to the island. And I want you guys to know that, you know, my wife and Thai ladies in general, they get a lot of joy from working. And there's also a lot of prestige involved. When a Thai lady is married to a Phala and they have business investments and the business is, you know, successful, you know, that means a lot. I mean, she gets a lot of feedback from her friends and everything. It's not jealousy, you know, not envy. It's encouragement, you know, and it's prestige, you know, for them. And if I said, hey baby, let's let Nina and Noi run this place and me and you go to Bangkok for a week, she's just not interested, guys. I mean, she might go for a day or two, you know, take a little short trips or something, but she wants to be there at the bar and grill. You know, that's where she wants to be, and she knows that we're still a real young business, you know, we're still growing. We get new customers all the time. We had 2 new customers this morning for breakfast. We had a really good breakfast this morning, and 2 new customers from South Korea. And they've been living here in Bonchong for years. You know, they travel back home to South Korea when they could, you know, like everybody else. They haven't haven't traveled in a while, but they work out here at the Mop to Put industrial area, you know, and there's a lot of engineers, a lot of high-tech jobs out there, guys. So, you know, it's just, and see them come stick their pins, you know, in Seoul, South Korea. It's just freaking awesome. So every time we get a new customer, we've already got a real good regular base of customers, but there's something special about getting new customers, and we pretty much get new ones every day. And of course, you know, they leave very happy, very full, usually have food to take home with them, and they're talking to their friends, man. And so it's hard for us to understand as Western men, and I'm not just speaking as American, I mean Western, you know, Australian, Canadian, European, UK, I mean, we're all kind of out of the same culture, right? So we have preconceived expectations of what a woman is going to want to do, what's going to make her happy, right? Long vacations on the beach and going to the islands and all that stuff. But I can tell you that when it comes to Thai women, if you provide them a business and something to do, they get more joy out of that. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. It's awesome. I've got the best of both worlds. You know, I'm a married man, married for the second and final time, absolute positive about that, and I still have the freedom to go be a guy, you know, and go hang with my buddies and travel. So what I like about this YouTube thing, and you know, I'm just a small channel, but I don't, it's quality. It's the quality of the people. I'm not worried about being some big rock star on YouTube, but you know, I can pack up, man, pack the saddlebags on the motorcycle, strap my big waterproof bag on the back, you know, on the back seat, on the sissy seat back there, right? And then throw the backpack with the guitar in it, you know what I mean? Take off, man, we can hit some national parks and do some pretty cool stuff, you know, and I can bring people along, and because everybody's stuck in their home country, you know, they can't travel, so you know, vicariously through the camera you can experience some Thailand on a motorcycle ride, and I think that's the best way to see the country, you know, and I'm just a simple guy, man. I went to Pattaya, I ended up getting an upgrade to the suite, but normally when I travel, I do these 500-600 baht little resorts and shit, man. You know, I'm not picky, you know, and so I like to go on the cheap. I like to do the budget trips, you know, and spend money on the people, you know, spend money on the people, and, you know, buy products and support the local people, you know, when you're coming through, because you know, as a Westerner, it doesn't matter if you're from America or where you're from, it makes no difference. If you're a Farang, that's a white skin foreigner, you kind of represent us all when you're here. So, you know, your gratuity and the level of respect that you show for Thai people is a reflection upon us all, you know, and that's just the way I roll. I mean, that's just the way I roll, camera or no camera. That's how I roll here, and Thailand's been very, very good to me in 6 years. And, the Thai people, the culture has taught me so much, taught me how to be a better man, you know, and I want to get back, and I can get back. I'm in a position where I can, and I can spotlight things along the way, and I can bring eyes to something that maybe otherwise didn't get the spotlight, you know. And there's just so many things I can do with the YouTube channel. It's really rewarding for me, and I think it's a good projection of real expat life here in Thailand. Not that we don't all enjoy going out and having the entertainment zones. I mean, that's great too, but you know, that's not my lifestyle, and that's not most people's lifestyle. They don't come over here to do that. You know, that's a tourist, that's a holiday. You know, that's not a lifestyle. So I think it's important, and it's kind of a responsibility that I feel to give people a perspective of just a simple guy over here that's done phenomenally well in this country, you know, and just share that experience. So, you know, I mean, we got 13 in the chat. Matters not, you know. I don't care about getting big chat. There's probably other guys streaming tonight. It's a pretty popular streaming night, you know. Saturday morning, United States kind of thing, Saturday night here. So, but the replays are doing pretty good, and people are seeing that I'm trying to bring something new and something different. And you know, live stream motor, I don't know if anybody else is doing it. Like, I haven't seen it. So, you know, if I'm able to bring a different experience, and the thing about a live stream, people always know that there's no cuts, there's no edits, anything could happen. You know, anything could happen. So, I think it's a little bit more compelling to watch the live stream, especially the live stream motor. You know, and I've got a lot of skill on a motorcycle, but you know, I'm not going to get crazy out there on you guys or anything. It's a little bit of a rough trip coming back from Pattaya in a couple of sections, but overall, you know, pretty safe. So, anyway, cheers, guys. Why does Coca-Cola only cost you like 20 baht in Thailand? You know, like 60 cents for a Coke. See, it's real glass. Real glass. No plastic. They still, you know, wash them and refill them, and yeah, pretty cool. Probably because it's made here, but it's, I mean, it's real Coke. You know, it's real Coca-Cola. It's amazing how affordable everything is here. Goes down good. And I'm not much of a drinker, so you guys, you know, roll with me. You're not going to see me, you know, getting drunk and doing stupid shit. Hey, thanks, Bodo. I hope you enjoyed the sunset. Dan Bonza, great live stream, Triple T. Best wishes, everyone. Blessings to all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Cheers, brother. Chai from, thanks for sharing, Triple T. Jimmy, yeah, take the foot off the gas slightly. Okay, got you. Chris S. Hello, Chris. Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks to the last king, I believe he was an expert genius, even in the communication world. He absolutely was. Amazing man. Amazing man. There's so many royal Thai projects, you know, building the dams, and the guy just, yeah, he was amazing. It's okay, Chris. Don't worry about it, man. We all got busy lives, you know. I put out a lot of content lately, and getting some pretty good numbers, you know, on the views, just because there's a lot of content. But, you know, I've got to experiment. I've got to learn. I've got to, you know, try to figure out what's my battery life and stuff like this on these live streams. So don't worry about it, Chris, man. I don't expect anybody to watch all of it, right? Genuine people are hard to find, Triple T. I can relate to you. Our principles are very similar. I think there's a lot of us, Chai Poon. I know it does seem like it's hard to find, especially when living abroad, because a lot of these guys just fall into the everyday drinking thing, man, and that's just not me. I mean, I like to party, I like to have fun, it's all good, but man, I gotta have my ducks in a row. I gotta have, you know, a purpose, you know, responsibilities, things going on. Then I can go enjoy the party. Guys that got no purpose, man, they just barstool warmers, you know, I don't know. I don't know how they do it, man. It just seems to me like it's a wasted life. There's so much you could be doing with your life, and it's kind of the same people that sit around and complain about Thailand and Thai people all the time. I don't get it, man. But I really do think that there's a majority of the long stay expats here. And we're not talking about the tourist crowd, right? The long stay expats that just have a lot of respect for the Thai people and their culture, and they feel very grateful that Thailand allows us to live here long stay, and we have no problems with the 90-day check-ins. We understand, you know, it's their rules, and they want to keep track of people, and you know, it's all protection for Thai people, the citizens, right? And so I think that's the majority, is real high quality people over here. I'm meeting a lot of them through the business here at Phala. I'm meeting a lot of good high quality people, and you know, I've met a lot of quality people through this little YouTube thing too that are here in Thailand, and you know, they don't even want to be on YouTube, man. They don't even want me to share one of their photos, you know. It's just because you know, there's so much garbage out there and stuff like that. But I really think that, you know, it's the old saying, the silent majority. You know, most people are just genuinely really good and really grateful to be living here. I mean, it's kind of a dream for everyone that comes from, you know, a northern hemisphere area. You deal with winters all your life, and you get older and you got aches and pains and stuff, and just the thought of living in a tropical country where you're never cold. Cold is never going to be a part of your life again. You travel home in the summer. So, I mean, that's a huge thing. You know, it's a huge, huge thing. Never be cold again. Never. Never put on a coat, you know, just tropics. So, I'd much rather deal with the heat. But, you know, I'll be glad when a lot of you guys get back over here, whether you've been here before. I know Chai Boom's been here. Most of you probably have been here, but even the people that watch a channel that haven't been to Thailand, at least, you know, when they watch my videos, they can say, hey, you know, this guy's not pretentious, he's not arrogant, he's not all about himself, he's not in the YouTube game to try to get a big revenue stream going on, you know, worried about, you know, being demonetized on music and all that crap. You know, I'm just sharing my experience, and a lot of those people that have never been to Thailand, you know, I get feedback from them. You know, I get private messages and emails and stuff, and they're like, you know, I'm seriously considering about, you know, relocating to Thailand. And of course, I always tell them, hey, come for 3 months, you know, on a tourist visa or whatever, and see if you like it, you know. But they do. I mean, I think they see a lot of reality, and I'm not the only YouTube channel that's showing real life in Thailand or anything like that. I just think that my style is because I don't give a crap about the YouTube or, you know, having a potential career where you guys are gonna, you know, I'm gonna have enough viewers where I could travel the world and, you know, live off my YouTube revenue. It's not my desire at all. It's not my plan, you know. It's just a small channel, and that, you know, bring people an escape during this time where we've all been kind of shut down in our home countries and stuff, you know. And so, you know, people gradually get to know the host of the channel, the creator of the channel, just because, you know, it's kind of hard to get away from it, you know. I mean, you're putting your life out there on video, you know. So you got words, you got visual, you got sounds, you got everything but smell, you know. So you can pretty much get a feel for what's going on. And I just think that there's a lot of guys like me that are just genuinely very happy, privileged to live here. And if they had the opportunity to project and show Thailand, they want to show it in a positive light. They don't want to, you know, try to candy coat anything, but they're just being honest about, you know, had a lot of experience in life, traveled a lot, had a lot of different careers, raised a family, married, divorced, all that kind of stuff, right? And then you get over here and it takes you a while to really accept how things are here. And then when you do, you learn more about yourself, and you start to let go of your cultural ways, which kind of prohibits you from really being fulfilled over here. Because if you're still hanging on to the Western culture and stuff, it's not going to work here, man. You're just not going to have a good time, because we have all these expectations of who, what, where, when, how, why, right? We question everything, you know, and you just can't do that here, man. You got to live for the moment, and then you'll enjoy it. But, you know, that's easy to say and not easy to do. Not easy to do. I know it took me at least a couple years before I started losing that instant frustration, like, God dang it, I don't understand what the hell, you know? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that we're wrong, the way we live our lives and the way our cultures are. It's just the way it is. It's not a right or wrong. It's just, that's where we come from. And that's not what these people do. It's not how they do things. So once you kind of accept it the way it is, and then you're like, well, maybe I should be a little bit more like Thai people, you know, when in Rome, as they say. And then I think it's, you know, I think some people could live here for 20 years and still not get it. You know, it's Chai Prum Farang was talking about, you know, self-reflection. You know, you have to have some humility. You know, you have to be a humble person to kind of look in the mirror and go, yeah, you know, I had a bad experience, but it's on me. I'm not going to blame Thai people. I'm not going to blame, you know, what happened on everybody else, because it was on me. Because I see people that don't have those bad experiences, and what did they do different? You know, maybe they were using this head, you know what I mean, and thinking a little bit, and not in a hurry, you know, to make big decisions and stuff like that. So just come here and rent a place, low cost of living, and take it day by day. You know, don't try to make no big plans and all that. There's no need for it. It'll come. It'll come. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Paul Duffy. Yeah, it does, man. You're right. It does. It's just something about it. The plastic, I think the plastic takes the flavor away. But I mean, you know, I don't take it for granted, guys. I mean, I'm, you know, maybe 10 minutes from my house. I could come here every day. Some people get bored with it, you know, be like, nah, I don't want to go to the beach today. I'm not like that, man. As I sit here right now with a sea breeze in my face after watching that sunset and being able to bring it to other people, it's like a kid on Christmas morning, man. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that it's happening, and I think if we don't take those simple things for granted, and if anything, if we've learned anything from this global pandemic, you know, I mean, I couldn't come here. All this was closed. I couldn't go to the beach. I mean, you know, and I mean, I know you guys, where you're at in the world, you had a lot more freedoms taken away from you than we did here in Thailand. But still, I mean, it had an impact on me. You know, it's like that simple things that I love to do were all gone. I mean, you couldn't even go to a restaurant. You know, restaurants were closed. And I mean, you know, there was some bulk buying and stuff that went on here a little bit, not too much. I think in Bangkok they got some stores that had quite a bit of empty shelves, but you know, you're looking at 12 million people in the city of Bangkok. It's a huge city. But anyway, I mean, after it's all said and done, and I mean, not being able to travel, getting emails from the embassy saying shelter in place, you know, it's a little surreal, right, what we've lived through. But now even more, I think I was already one of those guys that loved the simple things in life, but now even more I cherish them, because I realize we shouldn't take his shit for granted, man. You know, to have the freedom and to be able to come out here and have the sea breeze, and just beautiful, you know, and speak a little Thai, you know, and interact with Thai people. It's always so pleasant, man. I've just never had a bad experience, you know what I mean? Just never had a bad experience. Just, you show respect, it comes back to you tenfold, you know what I mean? And so there's just so many things, just the simple everyday stuff, you know, everyday stuff, just simple things, going to the market, you know, going to the beach, going to the temple, just, you know, seeing the countryside, you know, it's all you need, man. It's all you need. You don't need a big exciting life. You know, in America we have a saying, keep up with the Joneses. And we do a lot of stuff, we spend a lot of money, and we buy new vehicles and blah, 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 and it's all kind of, you know, to impress people, you know, impressing people that we don't even really consider friends, you know. We're just trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to show that we can do it too, you know, and carry a lot of debt. And I don't have any debts here. I don't use any credit cards. I mean, cost of living is just so cheap, and money goes a long ways. But I just think that, you know, to me, the big impact was just don't ever take anything for granted, you know, and be a better human, you know, because when you live through something like that, you know, it should change us all. It should change us all. And how it got all so divided and all that crap, I don't get it, man. But I'm glad it didn't do that here. You know, there's no division and people at each other's throat and throwing politics at everything and just nonsense, you know. And so when you're living here, you're so distant from all that crap back home, you know. It's kind of refreshing. I talk to my daughters quite a bit, and we agree a lot on politics and stuff like that. But you know, they're in smaller areas, and you know, didn't really have to deal with a lot of the nonsense and stuff. But you know, like you look at my personal Facebook page, Scott Thomas South, or my Teacher Thomas, or my YouTube channel, like everything I try to do is, you know, I look at my post from years ago, you know, and it seemed like every other day there was something political or whatever, you know, and now I look at it and there's nothing. There's nothing on any of my social media that somebody could look at and say, ah, God, he's one of those, he's, you know, he's on that trip, he's doing that, you know, all this opinionated crap, right? And we need less of that, you know what I mean? We need less of that shit. We all have our opinions and stuff, but why? Why? I mean, think about it. As passionate as you are about, you know, your local politics and your country and stuff, could you avoid putting that shit on your social media? Could you just like stop all that shit? You know what I mean? I don't care if you're for or against, left or right, whatever the hell it is. Just keep posting stuff on your social media that other people are going to see. That's just unifying, just kindness, you know, and that kind of, and sports, and you know, whatever, right? Well, sports can be division, but that's good rivalry division, right? It's always a good topic to talk about sports, any kind of recreational, but to get into all that division that's out there, man, and if you're just a little piece of it, like if you're throwing up your 10 cents on this political issue on your social media, somebody else is reading that and going to drop a comment that is going to get you triggered, and you know what I mean? It just snowballs. So, like, I've got some family that's all they do, man. It's like I can't even follow their Facebook wall anymore. I mean, I love them to death, but I can't even follow it. It's like, I don't want to see that shit, man. Like, I know I don't know, man. It's too much division, you know, and there's no sense for it. This was a health crisis. You'd think it would have brought people together, you know, together, not like ripped everybody apart, you know. It's just, but that's politics, and that's the blame game. But I don't know why do we have to participate in it? You know what I mean? So I would just ask everybody to take a second look at what you're putting out there. You know, self-reflection. Not that I'm some perfect guy. I got lots of skeletons in my closet, but you know, I just, especially after, you know, being in the YouTube thing for a while and really thinking about it, I'm like, you know, even if it's just a small audience, even if it's 100 people that saw my post, but my post was all about this division. Oh, I hate this group, and this group sucks too, and oh, you voted for that guy, and rah, rah. You know what I mean? It's like, I thought, why do any of it? Why not just be neutral? Just be neutral, and if you don't talk about it, then nobody has any reason to argue with it, you know? And it's not worth it, man. It's not worth the argument. You know, it's just not. And so that's kind of my goal is to keep that rule going. No politics, no religion, you know, just keep it real, man. And there's so many things that we can all agree on, you know, and there's so many things that you could share on your social media that's not going to be controversial, you know what I mean? That people are going to start noticing a difference. And one by one, people just stop dropping. It's like, that's what they want us to do, you know? They want us to be at each other's throat, you know? They don't want us to be, you know, united and just have all this kindness and all this sharing positive stories. Oh, rescue workers came and, you know, saved the cat out of the tree, or you know what I mean? There's always positive stuff out there, and it's like that doesn't get the clicks, and that doesn't get the, you know, and like all the news media, it's all online now. Hardly anybody watches news. on traditional cable or television. Most people watch their stuff online. So it's all about the clicks. It's all about the dirty laundry, you know. We got to keep dividing these people. Oh, this group hates this people, and you know, everybody's racist and everybody's blah blah. You know what I mean? And then we find ourselves participating in it. Just one little post at a time, one little comment, or you know, one little Twitter, you know, one little tweet, and whatever, right? And why? Why? We don't need to get sucked into that shit, man, because we're all humans. We're all the same race, the human race. There's just no reason for it, man. And there's something about these people here in Thailand, and I think Asia in general, that really kind of changes us, you know, changes us Western people. I mean, not that there aren't, you know, really good Western people that got a good handle on unity and not getting into all this division and stuff, but it just seems everything's hyperbolic, you know, everything's sensationalized, you know, like I said, it's all the clicks, man. You know, you see a headline on a big positive story, scroll on past that. Oh, I see one that's talking about trash on that. Oh, I gotta go check, I gotta read that. Oh yeah, that guy's he's the devil, man. Yeah, I gotta, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I don't mean to be preaching or anything or acting like I'm some moral high ground on it. I just telling you what I decided to do. And man, I could go back and look at posts, you know, you have to go back probably 4 or 5 years now, you know, my old Facebook stuff. Every once in a while a memory will pop up and it was something about Barack Obama or, you know, what the hell ever, you know, like why was I posting all that crap? What that social media, we all have a voice, you know. And even if it's just a small group of people that see that message, it still had an impact probably on somebody. Right? Somebody clicked on it, or somebody commented, or you know, clicked on the link and read the deal. So, you know, we all have that small footprint out there on social media. And I think we could all just like take a chill pill, man, and drop all the division. Don't allow the media, you know, the clickbait, you know, the dirty laundry folks. Don't allow them to change us, man. Because I think the majority of people are just, you know, apolitical. Just like, who cares? You know what I mean? It doesn't affect my life. My life is about my family, my job, my career, my future, my plans. Right? That's my life. What the hell you guys talking about all this shit doesn't even impact my life, you know? And even if it does, I can't change it. You know, I can't, what am I gonna, you know, wake up every day and read some crappy ass post and comment on it and share it, and you know, it's not gonna make you feel better, right? It just sucks you in. Like, I can't even watch the news out of the United States. I don't care, Fox News, CNN, I can't watch any of them. It's just too much. Like, you know, every once in a while my daughters will share links with me and stuff, and I'll watch a little bit, but there's just very few sources out that are just non-political, you know, just really, you know, ground-based journalism, like, you know, true seekers, you know, just going for the real story and get the headline to the people, you know, unbiased, you know, journalism, real journalism. It just doesn't hardly exist anymore. And I think it largely in part to the internet, right? Because that's how most of us get our news, and it's all division, man. I just, like I say, it just kills me, man, that I've got family that I mean, I didn't unfriend them or anything. I would never do that, right? I want to be able to contact them, right? But I can't follow, man. I can't have that shit on my wall. It's like, you know, every other post is, you know, and it's not just cutting down the politician, it's all the people that either support, you know, whether it's on either side, you know, it's calling out the people. And I'm thinking, oh, my daughters, you know, like, they're terrible too, right? Like it's in the gutter, man. It's disgusting. It really, really is. And you know, now I check my daughter's feed all the time, you know, because I want to see if they're participating, and they're not. They're not taking the bait, man. Like, you know, I got pictures of their kids and what's going on in their lives, and you know, got jiu-jitsu going on, got karate, got basketball, you know, got kids in sports. That's the kind of shit they're sharing. So, I don't know. I'm sure all of you can relate. I don't know. I don't know the UK. I don't follow the politics over there. I don't even follow American politics anymore. This is just so, and I don't follow politics here in Thailand either. I mean, I'm a guest here, and I don't want to get involved in their stuff either. I don't take a side. I mean, I'll read up on it because it's important to me that I stay up on current events, but I'm not jumping in on that train either, you know. So, anyway, that's my spew. I hope that you guys, well, I know already that you guys that follow this channel, you know, you feel the same way, man. It's like there's too much division, too much. And so, you know, when the next generation grows up and looks back on us during this time, what are they going to say about us, you know? What did we do? What did we do to try to bring more unity, you know? Like, I almost want to start a podcast where it's like left hugs right, you know, like where you have complete opposites, you know, share a Skype call, right, or something, and there's no discussion of any division. Like, it's just like, you know, a conservative hugs a liberal hugs a conservative, you know. It's just like we need more of that. We need people to have discussions again. We can have different ideas and not be bad people for having different ideas, you know. It's just, anyway, I'm just a little fish in a big pond, but if I can have one small impact on anybody to kind of share my experience, this is what I did, and this is why because stress is terrible for me, very, very bad. I don't need to get stressed out at all. It's not good for me. It's not good for any of us, but it's really particularly not good for me because I have a lot of damage to my nervous system that will never repair itself. And so when you get stressed, it's just bad, bad, bad. So I think this culture, I'm not a Buddhist, I'm a Christian, non-denominate Christian, but I believe the teachings of the Buddha, and the more I've learned about this Buddhist culture, has helped me a lot in, you know, calming the mind and not dwelling on things too much, you know. And so that's why I say Thailand's had a big impact on me, and I think it's made me a better man. And as far as this channel goes, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be around forever, you know what I mean? And I don't care. 3,000 subs, 300,000 subs. It's going to keep trying to do the best I can as just a simple man expressing my concerns about what I see out there. And I love it when I get customers into my business and it's just all this wonderful talk, all this good talk, you know. And then other times I get customers in and all they want to do is talk about all the crap that's in the news, you know. And it's just, I don't even like having the discussions, you know, because whether you're on this side or that side doesn't really matter. It's not comforting, it's not unifying. And that's why we made a music theme kind of deal, because music is universal, right? I mean, hard to get upset about music, whether you don't like a genre or not matters not, right? It's music, right? Kind of hard to fight about music. But all these other topics, man, I'll do everything I can to keep it toned down. And so when people come to this channel and they see the people that have been following it from early on, and they see the comments on the vlogs, and they see the comments in the live chat, you know, they're like, man, this is refreshing. You know, it's something I could just tune into and I don't have to hear anybody talking crap about opinions about this and what's going on in the world today and all that crap, right? Why? And that's why, you know, I ask all you people to keep it out of the live chat, man. You know, there's just no reason for it. I mean, we could discuss current events and all, you know, it's all good, you know. You say, I don't like XYZ, what's going on, but just be mindful that if you're making any kind of a comment that you think might be divisive, you know, count to 10, man, and rephrase it. You know, just rephrase it, you know, and maybe it'll come across where it's not divisive, but you're still sharing, you know, a current event or what's going on in my country, and, you know, we may not be able to travel again for another, whatever, you know, that's current events. That's all good, but you know what I'm saying. If you're getting ready to put something out there and you know that somebody might look at that and go, damn, you know, this guy is, you know, very opinionated. He's throwing in a, you know, throwing a knife into the wood pile there. You know what I mean? It's kind of disrupting the unity. So I think if I can keep conveying that and let people know that that's what I want to project. I'm going to make mistakes too. I've already made big mistakes on this channel. Trust me, you know, I've had a lot to learn about the YouTube world, and I've made a lot of mistakes, but you know, if you make a mistake and learn from it, then it was a profitable mistake, right? You try not to repeat it. So that's what I hope to do. That's why my banner on the channel is no politics, no religion, so that people know, hey, we want to try to keep unifying topics of conversation, you know, and keep all the political nonsense out of it. And you find out, I guarantee you, I've got people from, it's a small channel, but I had the guy from Russia today, which I was so happy to see that. And we're going to get more, you know, we're going to get more. We're going to get Russia, we're going to get India, we're going to get South Korea, we're going to get so many wonderful people. And we're going to get soy dogs. But I just think, you know, when new people drop in, it's not only, the channel's not about me, you know, it's about the platform, right? It's about bringing Thailand to you, right? But, you know, you think about it, you get a brand new person coming to the stream, never heard of Triple T, doesn't know any of you people, right? Maybe he's seen some of your comments on other vloggers or whatever, but they drop into the stream and they're reading these comments and they're like, what the hell? This is all pleasant. Everybody's talking pleasant. Everybody's being nice and considerate and being human. I don't know if they're left, right, center, American, Canadian, Aussie, British, Irish, Scottish, German, French. I don't know. They're not saying anything but pleasant stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So it may be small, but it can have a big impact, you know. So I would just ask you all to consider that, you know. And if there's critique of, you know, like we had Mark today, and I apologize, Mark, I got a little grumpy at you, but you know, you have to consider when you make a comment about a YouTube creator that you think, you know, something could be improved, or hey, why don't you do a video about this, or you know, XYZ, whatever it is. Again, it's all tactful, right? It's how do you use the language? How do you say it? How do you say it in a way to where it's, you know that creator that's working to try to bring some decent content reads your comment and goes, you know what, they've got a point, man, you know, good feedback, and then I respond to the comment, you know. A lot of people just come at you with this, you know, and remove, no response, remove, right? Not block you, but just like, I ain't got time for that, right? So I think if we're all like self-aware of that, and a lot of people that follow YouTube channels in Thailand follow everybody, right? There's a lot of people here that are very popular. So, you know, you see a lot of the same names in the chats, you know, and on the comments of the vlog. So let's just make ourselves aware that every word we put down, everything we do matters, you know. And if we can be unifying and not divisive, if we can express our opinion about what's going on, right, a current event, but we can express, you frickin' jerk, you know, blah blah blah, right? So that's about all I got on that subject. But I really appreciate you guys, because we get so many great people. Chapin from Aaron Hastings, Steve Mines, Jeff Johnson, Paul Duffy, message got detracted, retracted, Chris S. The my way or the highway attitudes have got to change. We've all got to work together to make life better for everyone. Well said, sir, well said. And what does our opinion or our political beliefs have to do with anything? It doesn't, right? It doesn't. I mean, you can have passionate political beliefs and not have to throw that shit around all the time. You can keep that in yourself, you know. When you vote the way you want to vote, right? But then when it's over, you know. I mean, time to move on. Stuck in Florida. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Stuck. Good one, Chris, though. I mean, that's all I'm trying to say. And, well, thank you, Jeff. I'm glad. You know, we got 20 people in the house now listening to me rambling down here at beautiful Phala Beach. Got a sea breeze in my face. We just watched an amazing sunset. My life is pure bliss here, guys. I'm telling you, it's just amazing. And, you know, I never was much of a believer in karma in the West, because I know a lot of guys that are just absolute jerks to everyone, but yet everything they touch turned to gold. You know what I mean? So, but now that I've lived in the East, I kind of think there's something to it. And my wife, God bless her. I mean, she just, I forgot about sins. I forgot about more sin than she's ever committed. You know what I mean? It's just incredible. Just such character, principle, values, you know. And I think that's very common. But we can all do our little part, right, Jeff? I mean, I don't, you know, when people, I met a man from Israel on the streets on Beach Road in Pattaya. He's a subscriber. Great guy, and I remember his email. He's from Israel. His name's Manning. Manning is his nickname. But he came up to me, and I was interviewing Rusty Lid. And he came up, he said, I'm a subscriber, and thank you for returning my email. And it was just such a spontaneous moment of human kindness from strangers, you know. And to me, I thought, man, this YouTube shit's great. This is great, right? Otherwise, that man would have never known me, right? But he's like, I'm a fan. You know, I'm like, a fan? Like, don't be a fan of me, you know. Be a fan of the channel or enjoy the content. But I don't ever want it to, because I know some that it seems like it's all about them, you know, all about their opinion and all that stuff. And I'm just not going to let this channel, regardless of where it goes, it's not going to do that. And I'm not going to keep the camera off me and do the, you know, the CCC thing where I'm out of the shot all the time, you know. I got my own style. You guys know that. I got my own style, so, you know, I don't really plan a lot of stuff. When I go out to make a vlog, I just let the camera roll, and then when I get back to the editor, I think, what do I want to do with this? And like the beach road footage, it's 40 something minutes. That's way too long, right? But it was just like, well, wait a minute. There's a lot of people that follow my channel that have been here, walked this road many times. I don't need to be a tour guide. I don't need to be the guy saying, hey, this is this and this is that and this is. Why don't I just take a walk like I would without a camera and keep the camera rolling? Why don't I just do that? Why don't I just be myself, walking down the damn beach road, interacting with some Thai people, throwing some good rock and roll, right? And then listen to the sound of the traffic, you know? Why don't I just do that? And then when I got back to the editing, like, it just didn't make any sense to cut anything out of it. I guess I could have done it in 2 or 3 parts or whatever, but then you're just kind of dragging people on, like, well, where did he go? Where did he, you know? So, you know, like I say, I don't expect everybody to watch everything, and not every video is going to be something that you like, per se, right? But that's my style. You know, that's what I do, you know? I know nothing about producing videos or making movies or, you know, all of that. I just try to share the experience, and I knew there's many people that would just like to have fond memories of walking down Beach Road in Pattaya City, and the camera shows them things that they've seen, and then new stuff that they haven't seen, right? And then there's a little bit of interaction with me and some Kuntai, and that's it, right? That was what I felt like needed to be in that particular vlog. I just felt like it's not going to make any sense to cut a bunch of this out. It's a walk down Beach Road. It takes time to walk down Beach Road, right? And then I stop the camera and let you see the traffic a little bit. So that's kind of a, you know, like you're sitting on the side of the road or whatever. So I just tried, You know what I mean? That's my style, and that's kind of what I do. And it's not like I left the hotel room going, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do on this beach video. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I just go out there with a camera, and then I just kind of think about it. And I tell you who really helped me was Esquire in Asia. I talked to him about, video, because I love how he produces his videos. And he's the one that told me, think when you're editing your video, rock and roll. We got any Thai ladies dancing yet? But he's like, when you think about it, like when you're editing, when you're looking at it, because you have to watch the whole dang thing, right? You got to watch all the footage to figure out how to get it down. What? Got an alarm going on. Anyway, LJ told me, he said, think of it, look at it from the viewer's perspective, right? So think of it like I'm one of the audience and I'm watching this thing. And we're doing, that got a little long there, cut that out. It got a little boring, kind of dragging out, you know what I mean? So he's the one that kind of made me aware, start looking at a different light when I'm filming. So I really enjoy the filming. I like capturing, something. The editing, not exactly fun, right? But I'm getting to where I enjoy it more. But anyway, now it's like I'm not even there. It's like it's just the camera, you know what I mean? Because I'm looking at the camera like a viewer. What would the viewer want to see? Oh, that was pretty cool. Why don't we go slow and spin that around, take a second look at that little, right? So that's just kind of my style. It's kind of developed, you know what I mean? But bottom line is, this channel is going to improve, I think, but I don't think the base content will ever change. I think I want to keep it simple and just share the experience and not, why do I need to tell you what's going on? I don't need to really, now there's certain segments or whatever where we have an interview where I need to try to, be the guy that's kind of drawing out some good answers from the person we're talking to. So there's moments like that, and then a live stream like this where I'm just like you guys are all just sitting here with me, and I'm like explaining why I'm doing it and what I'm doing, and so I just appreciate all you guys, because I know you keep it classy in the comments, and I've got a lot of moderators, and I'm probably unlike any other guy on YouTube for the most part here in Thailand, right? I mean, because I don't give a crap about sub count. I don't give a crap about how many views I get. What I care about is this right here. You see these people right here, and the ones that can't be here live because they got busy lives and stuff. That's what I care about. To me, that's what makes it worthwhile. You know what I mean? Without you guys, and we're getting new people in all the time. Look at this, Richard Renauld, peace and love and happiness. Look at that. Huh? I don't even know Richard. I think he's pretty dang new to the channel. Thank you, Richard. Phala is new. Triple T, those people probably go to bed and wake up unhappy every day. That is where karma comes into play. Good one, Sapa. Sapa's new to the channel. Chai Poom Farong's been following for quite a while. He's a mod now. If you're unhappy, we have the power to change things. Exactly. Indeed, it is just sad many people don't recognize that. Maybe those people are not yet in a position to make the change that they need to make. That's right, we have to have grace too, right? We have to have grace, and understanding and tolerance. We can't be automatically critical, we have to have grace. Vin Rue is pretty new. The vid of you talking to the lady boy working out was one of the best vids I have ever seen. Wow, thank you for that. That was completely spontaneous, completely impromptu. And I know you guys trust me enough to know that I had no idea she was even there, right? But I could tell she was educated when I first started talking. Of course, she asked me where I was from. First, I came running through, and it was just Sawadee-ka, right? And I came back through, and she's like, where are you from? Majak America. And where are you from? She was from Borat. And then it just kind of, I could tell her English was very good, and I really thought it was an opportunity to try to maybe break some of the stereotype. And like I say, you can't fault people that don't have first-hand experience with something. So that's why I tried to say, people in the West really don't get it in a lot of ways, you know. I mean, I got friends that's like, that's a dude. It's a dude. You know, that, you know what I mean? Now, people in Thailand that have been here for a while that make those kind of comments to Gatoi really piss me off. I mean, it really does. It's not a dude. It's a Gatoi. It's a she. She wants to be called a she, okay? She's a lady, a second lady, a lady boy, right? And so I wanted to take that moment, and I could tell that she was willing. And you see me, I was careful. I was like, are you willing to answer some questions, right? Boom, she was just boom, right? And she gave me my Thai name, which you guys know is Gatai, rabbit. I look a little bit like a rabbit, right? I think it's cool. I didn't even know about Phala getting a Thai name. But anyway, I appreciate your comment on that, Venru. I mean, that's my style. That's my style, because you guys know as well as I do, if you come from a position of respect when you approach someone, and in Thailand, it's pretty easy to show that that's where you're coming from. You can get that spontaneous, real in the moment, you know. And so I tried to think of, you know, questions that were trying to break that stereotype, to try to get people to realize that, you know, that goes back thousands of years here in Thailand, guys. Thousands of years. It's not the same as in the West with a dude putting on a dress. I'm sorry. It's not even close to the same. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. I watched the playback on it, and I thought, I hope that made a difference in someone's mind. Some of these narrow-minded, I don't want to call them bigots, because, you know, they're just ignorant. They haven't been exposed to it in Thailand, you know, and I have, and I've seen them in prominent positions, highly educated, you know what I mean? I've seen them. I've had them as students in high school. I've had them as cadets in the Army. You know, I see a beautiful human being. Is what I see. Not, that's a dude. On camera. Maybe some of you know who I'm talking about. Every time he sees one, that's a dude. You know what? That's not coming from a position of respect. You're not showing respect. There's no mutual respect. Anyway, I really appreciate that, Venru. I really do. It is an easy thing to criticize something that you don't fully understand. Very good. Ignorance is not a bad word, man. Ignorance just means lack of knowledge on that particular issue, right? Like, you know, I'm ignorant in the tech world. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn, right? But that, yeah, ignorance can develop an uninformed opinion, right? So it's maybe they don't mean bad, but I don't know. But when you got somebody here in Thailand that keeps referring to them as dudes, to me that's narrow-minded way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, open your mind a little bit. Open it up, man. Open it. You know. Quit being set in your ways, man. You know, and show them some respect. They're human beings. Personally, I think that they expect someone else should make them happy, and therefore are incapable of being happy. Misery loves company. That's very true. When somebody acts in a way that we don't like, it may mean that here, that her own life situation makes them act in that way. Correct. Chai Pum Farong, I understand what you say, but I really tried to be positive in London. I couldn't take it anymore, but Thailand saved my life. You know, it is hard to be positive in some of these areas that are so divisive and so consumed with the politics of the left or the right or the middle or the in-between or the ups and the downs or whatever, right? I understand that. When you're in the midst of the storm, it's kind of hard to, be calm. Steer the ship, Triple T. That's all that's needed as the creator, I guess. That's what I agree with that, Jimmy. I mean, my hands are on the reins, right? And I'm kind of trying to guide it. And every good teacher has to be a good learner, right? And Thailand taught me that. I was never a teacher formally, and I've got 4 daughters, and so I've always been a teacher in many ways, but it taught me a lot because I had to be the student. I had to learn how to teach, right? How to be effective at teaching. And so, yeah, man, exactly right. So as I progress here, but again, Esquire helped me so much by just planting that one thought in my head that I never really had anybody tell me before. Be the audience. Be the audience. When you're creating it, create it from the audience perspective. I wasn't doing that. Like, I'd make my vlogs and I'm thinking about what I think should be in, what should be cut out, right? I'm looking at it in that way. I'm not looking at it as, if I was the audience, would that be way too strung out or too long on the intro, or you know what I mean? So it's a different perspective because I'm thinking about you guys, I'm thinking about, are they going to want to skip through this, right? And like I say, I'm all over the map. I mean, I got videos of, like, what YouTube really likes is, like, if you're going to be a cooking show, be a cooking show. Every one of your videos is about cooking. YouTube loves that, right? Because they can promote you, they can put ads on you, you're pigeonholed, You're in a category. I don't really fit in any category other than expat in Thailand, you know what I mean? But, I mean, my videos are all over the map, right? So, and they're going to continue to be that way. I'm not going to be singularly focused on any one particular topic, right? I mean, I've got guys that are like, man, keep those food videos coming, right? And I agree, I like them too, but, when you're busy in there cooking and crap, grabbing a camera is not always the first thing on your mind, you know what I mean? So, but I will try to continue. And then the Dan videos are, when I look at the analytics on the Dan videos, they get more comments in the comment section than any other video I've ever put out. Just the Dan, and I've got them all in a playlist, right? So that's amazing, and that's just a story that nobody can fake. You know what I mean? I think that's why people are drawn to it, because it's so real. A lot of people in the West don't understand what a wild soy dog is, but they do now because they see the progression, and you see that he's been mistreated. So it's a story about trust. It's a story about wild. It's a story about kindness. It's a story about whatever you want it to be about, right? So it's amazing. I mean, the Dan videos are a hit, People really, really respond. So, that taught me a lot. When I first made the little video with Dan, I thought, I'll film this, because he's really scared of people, and, I'll try to, and then it just progressed into what it is now. And he's almost ready to hug me, I think. Not that close, but we are getting there, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I'm constantly learning. The day you quit learning is the day you die, right? I mean, if you're smart and not arrogant. Arrogance is the absence of humility. And I hate people that are arrogant. And I certainly try to never be arrogant. I make mistakes. My temper is probably the worst vice I have is my temper. But arrogance is not one of them. And I just can't stand it. If I find out that somebody is not who I thought they were and what they really are is just arrogant and full of themselves, man, that's one area that I just can't give too much grace. I don't have much empathy for somebody that's just carrying that big head around, blah, 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 right? I'm not into it, man. Be genuine with me, but don't, I hate phony. You know what I mean? I just hate phony. I mean, God dang, why are you phony? Just be you, man. Like, If we don't like each other, we don't like each other. But don't be, you know, phony. Don't try to pretend. This is cool, Thai name. Well, I thought when she said that, you know, and I would never call her a dude. I mean, I just think it's so freaking rude. She is a lady, okay? When she said that, because I asked her, she said about, and I know Thai names all have meaning. And then she talked about the animal names are real common. And I was like, well, what do you see when you see me? You know, when you first, and she's like, when I first see you, I think a Thai rabbit. You know, like, I like it. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I know who you mean. Right? Okay. Yeah, we don't have to mention any names. You guys know if I don't mention the name, then I'm not a fan, you know? That's all I can say. I don't want to beat anybody down, anything like that, but look, man, respect goes a long ways with me. I can be tolerant. I mean, me and Joe, foreigner Joe, like, we hit it off right off the bat. And he's a Jersey guy from Hoboken. Now I'm from Kansas City. Not that that means much, but we come from different places. So we raised a little different, you know what I mean? But Joe is just such a genuine guy, you know, and he just showed so much respect for me and my wife and made us feel really welcome and comfortable. And, you know, others don't do that. And when they don't do that, maybe it's because, you know, they think a lot of themselves, you know. So, you know, my wife and I, we weren't just, you know, we were down here and they're up here. So, you know, you can't get on that level. So, you know what I mean? So that's just one of those things that I'm just not cool with it. I mean, you know, I'm not going to cause a scene or anything, but, you know, I'm not going to call somebody my friend if they're not my friend. Joe is my friend. And I think he would say the same thing about me, right? I'm not going to ask him to do anything. I'm not going to ask anybody to do anything, right? But if you guys don't hear me talk about it, there's a reason, right? Because I don't want division. I want unity. But I'm not going to lie to any of you guys, you know? But I just don't want to bring up any names. And I appreciate you guys not doing that, right? But it's just the way it is, man. Look, you know, I've made a comment on a channel one time. A guy flipped off. A guy held the bird out there, right? Held the bird out there. Now, he was flipping off a truck because he doesn't like big trucks. And I get that. But the problem was, there's a Thai guy driving the big truck. So the Thai guy looking in the mirror, seeing the bird with a farang, right? Big old tall farang on a motorbike flipping off. So I made the comment, hey, I appreciate, you know, if you not do that because, you know, you're representing all of us and, you know, you got a lot of views and stuff. And when you throw something like that out there, it kind of makes us look like, you know, we all think we're bigger and better than Thai people. We can just, you know, and I even said that I know that you were actually doing it to the truck because you don't like big trucks. But again, it's the self-awareness, right? And you're putting something out on YouTube, a lot of people are going to see it, a lot of Thai people are going to see it. You get the point, right? So anyway, when I make comments like that, I try to be diplomatic. I try not to ever lay a troll comment, but when I get that, then I get, you know, who the hell's this guy think he is, you know what I mean? Little peon, nobody, small channel, blah, 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 right? But look, I'm going to keep on doing it because you guys know I'm real sensitive, real freaking sensitive about people that disrespect Thai people. And I'm always going to be that way. It's not going to change. And, you know, that's just the way it is. So, you know, if I got to be the guy that has to remind people, hey, look, you represent us all. So when you're doing shit, and especially these guys get on these live streams, man, you know, and I haven't commented, like I haven't publicly commented, but you forget trying to send a private message because you're not going to get a response that way either. But, you know, I'm not going to do the public thing, but if I see it, somebody makes a stupid ass comment that's degrading to this country or the people, I'm going to say something, you know, I'm going to be that guy. So, you know, kill me if you want to, but I mean, that's just the way it is. And look, I don't think it's wrong for me to say something. It's just like a, hey, remember, we're guests here, right? We're all guests here. Let's try to keep that in mind, you know, have that self-awareness. So, and live stream's a different animal, you know. It's you It's not scripted. It's not, you know what I mean? So, and if somebody's responding, you know, somebody throws a question in here, hey, what do you think about blah, blah, blah in Thailand, right? And then I want to go, oh, yeah, well, in Thailand, XYZ, right? Well, it's live, so I need to think about what my response is going to be before I just throw something out there, you know what I mean? And a lot of guys that make great videos, you know, maybe haven't had as much experience in front of a crowd live, you know what I mean? And I've been doing that for years and years, so maybe it comes a little bit more natural to me, but you know what I'm talking about. Like I saw AJ, he's with Pattaya News. You can tell people that are very careful with their words when they're discussing Thailand. Farang, discussing Thailand, and very careful with their words. There's a reason for that, you know what I mean? And some of these guys go on live stream and yeah, they're not careful, and they get drunk, and you know, things get said, and teachers like, I thought I liked that channel. I don't like it anymore. But you know, anyway. I was born in Brixton, London. I've mixed with other cultures all my life. Okay, all right, guys. Yeah, that's good. She has to live her life the way she is. Exactly right.
I'm sorry, check bill now.
Oh, check bin now. I'm sorry. Okay.
20 baht.
Okay, my pin line. 20 baht.
Yes.
Oh, okay. See if I have small. I think I have small. Enough for you, okay? My pin line up. You want to move this chair? You want to move this?
Yes.
Okay, my pin line. Anyway, you know, that's a topic that you know, I might get a lot of criticism on when I do get into these topics, but you know, Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. I know who my friends are in Thailand, and I don't think I have to question that. So, you know, I try not to give my opinion or anything here. I'm just telling you that I think we should all have that awareness that first and foremost, be respectful to the natives. You know what I mean? And a lot of these guys feel like, you know, these people are uneducated because they don't speak English or something. I mean, think about how narrow-minded that is. So she's getting ready to come get these chairs and stuff on a move. The battery's probably gonna die anyway, but I really appreciate the conversation, you guys weighing in. And you know, everybody's got different experiences. Like Paul Duffy, you know, from Brixton, you know, he's talking about some issues in London and stuff. But so there again, you know, when you guys are weighing in, and you got great comments in here, stuck in Florida. Chris, what the hell? You don't need to do that, Chris. I appreciate it, but thank you very much. You don't need to do that. Thank you very much. Now you managed to scroll it all the way to the bottom by throwing out the super chat. Chai Pum Frong. It's not always stupidity, Ray. It's ignorance. Yeah. There's a difference, right? Yeah, Ray. That's right. Stupid is as stupid does, but yeah, people can be very smart, not stupid at all, but just be ignorant of the situation. Not, like I say, self-awareness, man. You know. Anyway, I don't want to beat anybody up, man, because to each their own, right? Live and let be, man. So just because I got my way of doing things doesn't mean that I expect everybody else should do that too. So let them do whatever they want. And you know, a lot of them are very successful on YouTube doing what they're doing, and that's great. And you know, maybe the little bitty Triple T channel here, you know, we're small, but I think we got good quality, and I think we do have credibility, which is important. You know, that's important. So, you know, if there's any other, you know, big channels and stuff like that that happen to hear about something I said or whatever, and, you know, I think that maybe they'll understand what I'm saying and take it to heart. And you know, if we can suppress any you know, highly opinionated stuff or whatever, you know, there's a lot of guys out there that touch on Thailand news and do a really good job of it. James Abroad is one of my favorites, man. He touches on the Thailand news and keeps people up to date on stuff like that, and it's really good stuff. But you know, you can tell James, he carries himself with a lot of respect for this country, right? Been coming here for years and years. So I think that's the difference, you know. What I'm talking about is sometimes it seems like the guys are in it for the show, right? For the production, for the show, the big ass channel, and that's all great, man. I support it 100%. That's what it's all about. You shouldn't be jealous because somebody can make a hell of a good living online. That's great, man. That's good shit, you know? It's good stuff. I just think that you don't want to lose sight of the big picture, you know? It doesn't matter how big you get or how popular you get or how much money you make, right? You're a guest here and you represent all of us. So, you know, I think, you know, maybe, you know, I'm small, but I think I have some impact. You know, I think, you know, I've said it before, I think I'm kind of like a vlogger's vlogger in a lot of ways. I think there's a lot of vloggers that tune into my stuff that maybe you don't see in the comments, but maybe they'll, you know, maybe they'll take something from it and they're like, look, this guy is not trying to be a jerk. He's not trying to say he's all that in a bag of chips and he's an expert on Thailand and oh my God, this triple T's just, you know, blah, 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 right? I don't think they take it that way. I think they understand that what I'm trying to say is we all have a responsibility and an obligation. It's incumbent upon us, if we're going to create a YouTube channel and put information out to the world about our experience in Thailand, that first and foremost, we come with a level of respect for this country and the people. And we don't make offhand comments. We don't talk crap about, you know, oh, there's corruption here and there's this. I mean, come on, really, you're a guest here and you're going to touch all that. Now, we do have news media. You know, I like to watch the